The Defender is a brand which has created a pedigree of its own within the Land Rover stable. 5 years since the last generation, Defender stopped its production. Today, we are here to discuss the all-new Defender. 1948 was the year when the Land Rover name was first coined by the Wilks brothers. And since then, it was a Land Rover 2, Land Rover 3. And after Land Rover 3, the Defender name was given to this product. Well, this is a completely modernized and reimagined Defender. It is definitely having a complete new look. We will talk about the platform later as well, but more about the design now. It is still instantly recognizable Defender, and there is no doubt about it. So this is the first edition, and it is finished in a Pangea green shade. It is having a satin finish. Basically, it's a protective wrap, and it definitely feels extremely rugged, at the same time premium. Do note the gloss black treatment on the logos. This, I believe, it is having, in fact, the black pack. So overall, the design mixes the original with the modernized new, at the same time having respect for all the previous generations. The big change, however, this time is the platform, because this time it's a monocoque, a complete departure from the previous generation ladder frame chassis. And now, let's pop the hood. In India, we get the P300, which, who are familiar with the JLR engine terminology, it is the 4-cylinder petrol option, and the specifications are 300 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. Globally, there is a 6-cylinder option, which is a petrol 6-cylinder, which I believe India is not yet ready. And as well as the diesel, it's available, not in India. I think the old school die-hard diesel SUV fans of the Defender may have to wait. Coming back to the design part and the front. The front is definitely much more rounded than the typical Defender design, but it has a good amount of the Defender elements which have been retained and carried forward from the previous generation to this all-new modernized Defender. And in the front, specifically these squared off headlamps have the same rounded headlamps within the squared off frame. So this is a typical Defender element which has been retained, and I'm glad to see that. But the overall rounded off shape of the front is something new, and it's not as sharp, you can say, as the Defender. This might be because of the all new safety as well as the pedestrian norms to get a good rating in crash test. Now the side. This is where I want to bring in the 110 and the 90 Defender terminology. So this is the 110, and right now it is completely, as you can see, in a very imposing stance, because it's set up with the off-road height, which is the maximum height the suspension offers. Yes, the air suspension is standard, and the design elements like the squared off wheel arches are really imposing and giving that signature off-roader look. The tires, I'm glad to see off-road tires, and let me read out the spec. It is a 255/60 R20, so 20-inch rims with a thick side profile. So that is going to be reassuring. At the same time, all terrains. Goodyear Wrangler to be specific. So again, a little more about the rims. In India, there are rim options right from the 18-inch steel rims up to the 20-inch rims, and I believe 9 rims can be selected. Globally, there are 12 rim options, but 9 rim options for India, it is definitely Land Rover India have gone all out. Another point which I wanted to say was that irrespective of whether you buy the 90 or the 110 variant, the front approach angle and the rear departure angle remains the same. All the length which is added goes into the wheelbase. And yes, the breakover angle will change accordingly. Coming to another design element, which is one of my favorite, is this part. So this is not only a cosmetic element, this is also functional, because you can fit a good amount of accessories out here. Accessories like a storage box or a ladder as well. Speaking about the ladder, I noticed this element with the black pack. It is completely camouflaged, but yeah, this is the Alpine window. It's also termed as Alpine lights, which is definitely a fantastic signature feature to retain, and definitely it is going to really please all the Defender fans. Also from the inside. Now coming to the rear, of course it's a Defender, so it has to have a spare wheel mounted at the back, and it's definitely really imposing. It is yes. Before that, the rear overhangs are completely you can say shortened. It does definitely increase the off-roadability because the departure angle is extremely good, and not only that, because the spare wheel is mounted out here, the departure angle is better other than being mounted out here, which will limit the off-road capabilities. Coming to the shark fin antenna out there, yes, it has a camera mounted inside, which will give the real-time view in the IRVM. Also, what I love is the sheer verticality of this element, and its complete no-nonsense approach by the design team, Jerry McGorman to be precise. And I also wanted to show you the practicality aspect of the Defender, and it's definitely having a large boot. There are 2 more seats which can be pulled up. Overall, I wanted to show you another feature which you can access from the boot, and you can drop the car from the tailgate area to get better access while loading your luggage. I wanted to demonstrate a new addition of feature, which is the soft close tail door. So this is definitely an extremely valuable addition of a feature to have in your tailgate. So before we get into the interiors, it's important to note that you can pre-customize your Defender in 4 different packs: the Adventure Pack, the Explorer Pack, the Urban Pack, and the Country Pack. Right now, so the interiors. So to be very honest, I'm really overwhelmed with the interiors, and it's typical old school at the same time, well modernized to the modernized levels which will be acceptable for the old school enthusiast as well. So that's the best way to describe the interiors. Also, it's pleasant to see a good amount of grab handles out here as well, when you are the passengers may feel tricky in off-road situations. And I think this is it's very skeletal, the interior, and I think this element out here is made of magnesium. Again, it's a part of the dashboard. I also particularly like this no-nonsense approach of Defender being shown in an embossed way in front of the passenger. It's really impactful. And not only that, the entire interior is having a good amount of storage spaces, which is extremely always handy. I also particularly like the way the doors are designed, and the door pads are having these exposed screw elements. And yes, you do have the Meridian sound system, which is also present. And this is the first edition, as I said. So yes, that's the door close sound for you. Let me do it once again. It's pretty solid. A quick word about the infotainment system. This is a completely all new EVA 2.0 system. It is 5G ready, and it's nothing like I've seen in any of the JLR products, and it should be definite upgrade, a much needed upgrade for the JLR lineup. It is also having cloud-based updating features. Also, the instrument cluster right in front of me is extremely customizable. We will get to that when we have the actual press car, the test drive vehicle with us for a review. But yes, it is extremely customizable. The steering wheel is all new, and it definitely suits the character of the Defender. A quick word about the roof options. This is a complete panoramic roof. You get the regular steel roof as well, and also you get a retractable fabric roof as an option. So totally 3 roof options. A quick word about the center armrest. So this is having good amount of space. Not only that, this is having a cooled box, and it's completely genuinely very cool. So it's air conditioned, obviously. It's like a refrigerator out here. It is also customizable. You can get a third seat option, which is a very, you can say, Defender spec, which this entire portion will be a seat, and when it is dropped, it can turn into an armrest. So you can customize that as well, considering the Defender in India is a CBU. A quick word about the off-road features. Yes, this gets permanent four-wheel drive, and not only that, a good amount of off-road gadgetry is on offer. I believe the terrain response system is the latest one in this, and the ground clearance in off-road spec ride height, which is I think 290 millimeters. That is definitely a good amount of ride height and a good number to have when you're off-roading. You do get locking differentials as well, so that is a part of the standard equipment. And finally, you get a good amount of cameras to help you navigate all the tricky off-road conditions while you are venturing out for adventure. Again, at the rear, good amount of space. Headroom is not a problem at all. The grab handles, these are really functional and feel solid. The armrest again is very comfortable. You get individual AC controls for both the sides. So this is definitely a good thing. The knee room is very generous, and the leg room should be really acceptable as well once the seat is all the way forward. So the Defender has been one of the longest running and the longest lasting SUV brands on the planet. And it has a good amount of fan base as well. And I'm sure with today's show and tell, most of you would be convinced that the Defender has been really well reimagined and is ready for the 21st century. So that's it from me now. Hope you guys join me when I have the car with me out in the open for an actual real world review. And on that note, thanks for watching.